Welcome back everyone, I'm Craven and this is Tales of Vesperia, and we are high in the sky above the oasis where we were last time, because I've been around the block a little bit and picked up the tree trunks and the bone supplies that I could find everywhere, and fighting a few monsters to learn a few extra skills while we were in between episodes. So there's one thing we want to do. We want to have another round of sleep and have a little bit of a look around to see if there's a guild person here. Whoa, who are you? Ding dong, I'm Kaus. You can call me KZ for short. Nice to meet ya. KZ, don't you think Kaus is plenty sure enough? Oh, no need to be so sassy, Flatty McChesterson. Flatty McChesterson! I like the cut of your jib, KZ. Oh, I'm surrounded by idiots. What's the point of having big boobs anyway? They just get in the way. I guess. So, what are you doing in a place like this anyway? Good question. I guess you can say I'm helping out with some chores. Oh, that's so nice. You should help your mother with the chores. My mother? You crazy? Who said anything about that? I'm helping out the Ant-Lion Man. Is Ant-Lion Man the name of a friend of yours or something? Yepperoo. Something like that, Mr. Bouncy Bouncy. Bouncy Bouncy? Anyway, could you let me borrow an apple gel? If you do, I'll show you what I mean. Sure, we have plenty. Oh, thanks. Round and round we go. Where we stop, only I would know. Catch. Ooh, thank you, thank you. What the heck was that? Oh, that's my friend, the Ant-Lion Man, and you can call him A to the L to the Z for short. I'm at a loss. So he took that apple gel, huh? Well, I think so. I was too flabbergasted by all the weirdness to really notice. Yo, give that apple gel back, you. Give it back? Don't be so heartless, Flatty. You just have to take this instead. Here. Milk. Freshly squeezed from the udders of yours truly. Moo-hoo-hoo. I don't even want to think about the ramifications of that. I'm gonna kill you dead, baby. Yeah, so yeah. Okay, no idea what's going on with that one, but that was particularly weird. Thank you for everything. Thank you that we are free from the consular and we can return to our normal lives. Well, the desert is scorching, but the town's nice and cool. We're doing all we can to preserve the peace here. Good on you. Well, that person over there looks special. Hey. Oh, hey there, Raven. You're a friend there. That's this little guild hopper, right? Hey, the name's Carol, and I'm a member of a guild called Brave Vesperia now. Ah, Brave Vesperia, huh? So, what business does your guild have with us? Well, is this the Union outpost? Yeah. You looking for a job? Well, let's see. This is about all that I've got at the moment. I request transportation for my good. Use Saran. What's this supposed to mean? There's no detailed information here. Well, it's the Union. They're probably all going to be pretty standard jobs. Should be just about right for one of your first jobs. It pays 4,200 gold. Hold on a sec. Brave Vesperia is a member of the Union, you know? You're unaffiliated? Okay, so with the 30% finder's fee, that brings you take down to 3,000 gold. What do you think? You want it? Sure. I think it's the first proper side quest we're gonna get in this game. Other than all the extra scenes we have been seeing at the end. Man, 30%, you could have just kept quiet, Raven. Hey, that's just the way it works. It'd be worse if they find out later. It's fine, I mean, we're already here, right? Let's do it, Carol. Alright, now go talk to the client. They'll fill you in on all the details of the job. Use a guy who usually hangs out around the bridge near the entrance of town. Alright, let's go and talk to him. Okay. Oh. Hey, is the ocean bigger than the lake? Well, it's much bigger and much deeper. The ocean is bluer than the lake, and it's prettier too. Fish live in the ocean, right? Where is it? It's far from here? Yeah, it's a little far from here. Aw, man. I wanted to go see it. Well, you can go when you're older. You can get on a ship and go to other cities and see all sorts of new stuff. Yeah. He tells us funny stories. Oh, you're the ones who really saved the town, right? Then why is everyone thanking the knights? Well, sometimes we just have to give the win to someone else to keep the peace. Alright, is there any way for us to see the job, or we just need to find the person? Cause they said it's at the bridge out of town, but there is no bridge here, is it? Wow, it's actually a really nice town, isn't it? Maybe I'll stay for a little longer. See, it's just straight out to the field. Ah, so literally near town, not actually a bridge. Alright. Are you Mr. Saron? Yes, I'm you, Saron. Are you from the Union? Yeah, we're a guild. Brave Vesperia. Brave Ves... haven't heard from you. Oh, don't worry, we can handle it. You need people to deliver some stuff, right? Yes, I'd like someone to take a book to an old friend of mine. A book? Yes, quite an important one. It's a book that holds many memories for us. Well, we'll make sure to take good care of it. Please, don't lose it. If that should happen, I'll have you pay compensation for lost items through the Union. Well, Carol said don't worry, right? So don't worry. And who might this friend of yours be? Well, his name is Nobis Celestial. He's currently traveling, so I don't exactly know where he is. I think he's probably in one of the cities on Tolbekia or Stagier. Please take this crest. If you carry this with you, he should recognize it and call out to you himself. A fury soul into a sea of flames. You'll know it's Nobis if he says this to you. Okay, got it. We accept this task in the name of the brightest star in the night sky, Brave Vesperia. Thank you for your help. What was that thing you said at the end that sounded like a magic spell? It's an oath for taking on a new job. It's proof that you accept the client's request. Interesting. Alright, let's go look for Nobis. Book of Friendship and a Comrade Quest. Intriguing. So do we just go? Is there any way for us to see how this quest works? I'm guessing not. So we just have to assume if we go into a town, a place, or wherever, that whenever we are triggered, we see something of the guy? This feels a bit wishy-washy for a quest, doesn't it? Like, I don't mind less hand-holding when it comes to quests, but at least a hint other than, yes, it's on this continent. Good luck. Yeah, that doesn't work like that, does it? So where do we go then? Because this is Desje, and Tolbekia is of course one with the harbor on the sunny side. Look, if it's as easy as we come into town and the guy just yells at us that it's time, then that would be perfect. If we actually need to talk to everyone in town, then this becomes quite cumbersome, doesn't it? Okay, I'm gonna try one or two other towns to get in. And then we just continue on with what we were planning to do. And that is sleep at the inn in the oasis and then go to Phaeroh and see how everything is. This should be technically the brighter part. Is it though? Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine that it's just going to be a random person here somewhere. Are there any other towns? I think like Dongrest and stuff. I just want to get into the town and then somebody just ran towards it. Yes, you're here. Nobody's running towards us so far. Yeah, I'm gonna go to one more place. If I can't find it, then I will leave it till I'm in between the episodes and I will start searching for the person. And eventually I will find it. Just might take some time because I don't understand this quest that fully. I think once we find him, it will probably clear up a lot. And it will help us learn how the quests are structured. The other place that we know from here is a town stuck in time. And I can't imagine that that's the place where they're staying at. No more new, no indicators. Alright, we'll leave the quest for what it is for now. Alright, let's go back to the oasis, have a little bit of a nap, and then it's time to meet Phaeroh. And hopefully it's just to chat and not to kick our ass. Because Phaeroh is strong, I can imagine. I just thought I'd have a walk and check out the city for a bit. They say there's a kidnapper around here, you know? That guy was playing with the kids. I feel I've seen him around somewhere. Oh, the kid we saw telling stories about the sea and stuff. Ah. I caught you red-handed, you scum. Stop in the name of the Imperial Knights. Okay, why are we stopping someone that's trying to kidnap a kid? Hey, thanks for the help back there. And you reproduced the move I used back in Northern Polygon perfectly. I thought it'd be a good way to attract your attention. You're the man who was with those kids down by the lake in the afternoon, right? Ah, so you noticed. We're two of a kind, you know. Maybe fate brought us together. How do you know? Well, I know who you are, Yuri Lowell. You're a man who had to get his hand dirty. Just like me. Well, that's not fair. I hardly know anything about you. Unfortunately, I don't think I really have time for us to get all chummy. But just for tonight, I'll let you ask me one question, beside my name, that is. Okay, just tell me why. You've had to get your hands dirty? Well, let us say my reasons are not the same as yours. I'm looking for the man who killed my swordsmanship teacher. I'm just purging the world of a few villains in the meantime. Ah, you don't mind murdering people along your quest? Just a little collateral damage, but it's who I am. It's who you are? Well, it's fine if you don't understand. Maybe it's better even. You can still turn back. What are you talking about? Well, I thought I told you. You only get one question. Well, I'm off. I hope that our paths don't cross again. Yeah, I'm not too crazy about seeing you anytime soon either. It's supposed to be what Jury will become if he doesn't stop the needless murders from people? Could be. Would be interesting. Right, another round of sleeps. Alright. Make a quick save. Just to make sure. Alright, let's get out there and see if we can meet the big guy.
So this is where Phaeroh is?
Should be. I wasn't able to see him when we came to the desert, but I think this is where we can meet him.
I hope nothing bad will happen. What if he suddenly attacks us?
Then we'll have to defend ourselves.
I can't make any guarantees. I don't think we'll have a say in the matter.
That just means we need to do our best so nothing bad happens.
Carol, are you okay?
No, I'm not okay. I should go.
Phaeroh sure did pick a bleak place to live in, don't you think?
Well, it would make sure that nobody comes here unless they really have to.
They say this area used to be covered in lush greenery.
Why did it turn into this rocky desert?
I don't know that much.
Estelle, are you really going to meet him? Even though you could be killed?
Yes, I've already made peace with this decision.
Rita, you've been acting a little funny ever since hearing Judy's story on the ship. Do you have a problem with meeting Phaeroh?
I just think it'll be hard on her to hear what he has to say.
Well, he was the one that first called her an insipid poison, so... yeah, whatever he has to say to her, it's not gonna be nice.
But it's too late to turn back now.
That is true.
We've come this far after all.
Yeah, Rita is actually a very good friend. Alright, Phaeroh be nice. Phaeroh be nice.
Well, he doesn't seem to be here. Maybe he's off somewhere taking a nap.
Phaeroh? You are here, aren't you?
Insipid poison, you appear before me at last.
So you are here. Is that how you greet all your guests, Phaeroh? By calling them names?
For what reason have you come to me? Surely you are aware that I could end your existence with a mere thought.
Slightly arrogant? I can respect that.
You talk pretty big, don't you? Well, if you really want to fight, I'd hate to disappoint you.
Yuri, no! Everyone, please wait! Estelle! Phaeroh, please hear what I have to say.
Does death hold no fear for you, little one? For you gaze now into the mouth of death itself.
I am afraid, but I'm even more afraid of dying without knowing who I really am. Belius told me I needed to meet you to learn about my destiny. I have to know just what that destiny is. I understand that I am a threat to the Entelexeia, but you said that I am a poison to this world. What is this power I have? Just who is the child of the full moon? If it is true that my existence cannot be tolerated, then it's okay if I have to die. But I at least deserve to know why it is I have to die. Please tell me. I beg of you.
There was a time when this was a verdant land, sheltered by the blessing of an air crene.
So there was an air crene here. But what happened? Why did it change?
What you see are the results of too much air and its aftermath. As to why the air ran rampant, the answer lies with the poison brought by the child of the full moon.
Let me guess. A predecessor of Estelle killed the... well, let's say the one that had to keep the air from running rampant?
Huh?
The power of the child of the full moon stimulates the air crene more than any blastia.
Huh?
Blastia convert air into energy by way of a formula. So if Estelle can use her healing arts without the aid of any blastia, she must possess a formula in her very being that lets her convert air into energy. Judith was searching for blastia that used a particular kind of formula. So, this special formula Estelle has must also consume massive amounts of air, which causes the air crene to become more active and pump out more air than they should. I had hoped my hypothesis would have been wrong.
Then
It is as she has said. With each use of her power, the child of the full moon uses far more air than the blastia. In so doing, the imbalance of air in this world is furthered. For the planet, such an existence can only be called a poison.
So you just wipe it out then? Little quick to judge, aren't you, Phaeroh?
Yes, but let's be honest, Yuri, you tend to judge pretty quickly yourself too. Remember those two,
This problem concerns the entire planet, and she is its cause. To do nothing would be unparalleled folly.
If the problem's with Estelle, then it's for us to solve.
That's right. We can't let anyone else handle it.
The gravity of this situation is beyond your grasp.
You don't honestly think that everything's gonna be all sunshine and rainbows if Estelle dies, do you?
It would at least eliminate one problem.
Phaeroh, at Heliord I stopped myself. And again at Dawngrest I stopped you. What I thought was a blastia turned out to be a human. Before I realized it, I had lost my way. I never thought this child could be as great a danger as you had said.
And due to your confusion, I granted you the time necessary to see things as they are. As a result, my sister Belius is now lost to me. Enough. This power will bring only ruin.
Yeah, but he sees only the negative side of things. There must be things they can do that doesn't resolve her using her power and using all that air. Because if she doesn't use her power, then the air is not necessary and won't disbalance the planet, right? There has to be some way that she can control that.
Not sure I understand all this, but if her power's the problem, why can't she just not use it?
There can be no guarantee she will not try to use the power.
That's true. She does have trouble turning a blind eye to things happening around her. Someday she will surely use her power to help someone. However, as long as she keeps that spirit of compassion, she cannot only be seen as harmful. She is not like a blastia. I know that you can feel the difference.
Compassion alone will not save this world.
Listen, Phaeroh, I get that you've thought all this through with everybody's best interest in mind, but why doesn't that world have a place for Estelle?
It is sometimes necessary to remove a part to save the whole.
Like removing the dead leaves of a plant to let it grow more decently, healthy.
I don't buy that for a second. What makes you so high and mighty that you're the one to decide who gets cut and who doesn't?
Because he's the one that can make the call. Just like when you destroy Virgo or Kumor. Exact the same thing. Someone has to make that decision, because it's too hard for anyone else to do it.
We have endured the anxiety of existence for far greater a span than you can conceive. Such words mean nothing from those who call this world home for but a fleeting moment.
Phaeroh, please, listen. The important thing is finding a way to stop the excessive air, correct? We still have time left to search for such a thing.
Judith.
And if the effects of Estelle's power reach their absolute limit, I will kill her as promised. You should have no complaint with this.
Hey, Judith, are you serious?
She is. And to be honest, if Estelle thinks about it, if she has an inkling that she's hurting the planet itself, she would offer up her life without a second thought, I'm sure of it.
I'm sure brave Vesperia will come up with something before that happens, right?
What? Yeah, of course we will.
Well, score 1 for Judith, so that settles it. If we humans are to blame for Estelle's problem and bringing on the apocalypse, then it's up to us to make things right. If we give it all we've got and still blow it, you can slow roast us on a grill for all I care.
You have changed. If you were still as before...
Then Estelle wouldn't even be here anymore, I'm sure.
Have I? That is nice to hear.
Very well. Be ever mindful, though, that time is fleeting.
Wait! If the formulas are causing the excessive air, then there must have been times when this happened in the past. I mean, the Blastia were a product of an ancient civilization.
There exist those who have inherited the sins of the past. If any yet can speak of what occurred in the days of old, it is they.
He's gone.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for everything, Yuri.
In all honesty, you should thank Judith for this, cause she stood up for you and gave you time.
Judith, you too.
Exactly.
No problem. But hey,
What?
it's okay if I have to die? What the hell was that?
I'm sorry.
I don't want to hear that again.
I'm sorry.
Man, I was really worried there for a while.
We were pretty lucky that bruiser was in a mood for conversation. Poor Raven's heart can't handle that sort of stuff anymore.
You're pretty gutless for an old man.
Geez, Patty, you've really got nerves of steel.
If he really wanted to kill Estelle, he'd have attacked us immediately. And that's what I can't figure out.
I imagine Phaeroh was conflicted as well. He hid himself from us in the desert to see just what we were made of.
Huh. Maybe he wasn't as bad as we thought after all.
I don't think they are bad. I think they try to care for the planet, and that gives them a certain perspective. A perspective that humans don't have, because we are living on this planet for such a short amount of time. So I get his stand, his point on why he wants to destroy Estelle. But I think that Judith and the party is right as well. If there is an accumulation of air, there has to be a way to solve that. By filtering it or removing it, just the way that they do sometimes. Without hurting Estelle. We just have to find a way.
You might be right. I get the feeling he'd do whatever's necessary when push comes to shove.
That sounds like you.
Maybe.
But what are we gonna do, Yuri? You heard what he said.
We're going to fix the problems the air's causing.
That's easier said than done. We're pretty much at square one, you know.
Mm-hmm. And no one wants to be at square one.
There's no doubt that the formulas are related somehow to the air getting used up. We need to find out about the ancient Blastia, and if they went berserk or not. If we had that kind of information, it might give us a clue.
Ask those who have inherited the sins of the past about the days of old. Or at least that's what Phaeroh said.
The Critia were the ones to invent the Blastia. In other words, we need to ask a Critian who is still familiar with the old stories.
Yeah, the Critia are often credited as the inventors of the Blastia.
There isn't much left of the Critian city of Timza, though.
It'd be a lot easier if there were more cities.
Aren't there any other ancient sites where the Critia might have lived? That we can search there, maybe find some ancient book telling us about those ages. Should be possible, right? And normally I would say go to Ruin's Gate, but I don't think that's a valid option nowadays.
the hidden city of Miorzo. It is far older than Temza, and the birthplace of the Cryptia. The first blastia also originated there.
Really? Well, what do you know? You wouldn't happen to know where this Miorzo might be, would you, darling?
I've heard that name somewhere. There was a Critian in Ospio. I'm sure they mentioned something about it.
Do you think that person might still be there?
Well, there's no harm in checking it out.
Judith, are you coming with us?
I should. We still have the issue of the guild to straighten out.
So, to Ospio then.
To Aspio.
All that stuff about the balance of the world is pretty hard to take in.
Yeah, I hadn't even been outside the capital until just a while ago myself. And now we're here talking about the fate of the world. You never know what life will bring you.
But isn't that what makes it interesting?
I don't think we can afford to be that relaxed anymore. Estelle doesn't have much time left.
What's the harm? It's not as if acting all serious is gonna solve anything.
Besides, Estelle will notice if we look all worried.
Well, maybe so, but...
We won't forget what Phaeroh said. Relax.
I know, it's just...
Estelle's got it the worst. If we get too down about this, we won't be much help to her.
Yeah, we just have to find a way, even if it means changing the world. I'm sure Rita is thinking that. I do have to say that the further this game develops, the more I start to like Rita. Such a good character, actually. In the beginning, sometimes I got a little bit annoyed with her, but... well, she really turned everything around. There's the sheep. Let's get to the coastal city and get to the other side. And then follow this all the way to Aspio.
It's been another long day. Let's save the manhunt for tomorrow.
Party at Rita's place.
I second that. Oh, how long's it been since I've slept in a proper bed?
I think 20 minutes ago.
Well, I suppose we can all stay at my place.
Wait, there's something I want to take care of first.
You mean me?
Yep.
Carol,
This is a guild thing. Best for us not to get involved.
Trust Carol. He'll be
I've
fair.
thought about it a lot. What we should do, like, as a guild. And I realized, we have to figure out a few things if we're gonna keep this guild going.
It sounds like you've decided what we should do.
Well, we said it before. The most important thing is obeying the guild's laws. Those who break the laws suffer strict punishment, even if they're friends or family. They say that's the source of a guild's pride.
Yes.
So what I'm thinking is, we all have to receive punishment.
What do you mean?
I didn't know that Judith was fighting for our planet all on her own. But even though I didn't know, I still failed to help a fellow guild member. So I gotta accept my punishment. Yuri?
Me?
Maybe you were trying to follow your own path, but you still kept things hidden from us. There's no way that can be for the good of the guild.
Well...
So you gotta be punished too.
Now he's stretching it.
The laws are important. What if someone does the right thing, but still breaks the law? Should they be punished?
That's a difficult moral dilemma, isn't it? It's the question of, if someone steals, should they be punished? Yes. But if it's bread to feed his starving family, should they still be punished? By law, yes, but from a moral standpoint, no. Interesting.
To be honest, I just don't know yet. So that's why we should all just accept our punishment and start over from scratch. What do you think?
I can't promise I won't have my secrets in the future.
Well, if that's the way it is, if you can't trust us, then there's nothing you can do. That would be my fault.
And what if I destroy a blastia that our guild was planning on using again? That would be breaking the law that says I should act in the interest of the guild.
But you'd also be acting for the sake of the world. Guilds aren't there just so people can obey their laws. I think we can let that slide.
Doesn't that sort of make your laws meaningless?
No, that makes the laws guidelines, which I think fits better for a guild than actual laws.
I've never heard of a guild like this before. But you've got me interested, I'll give you that much.
There's no need to be such a stickler for the rules. Gotta be more relaxed.
Carol, you're just full of surprises.
Well, he did say that he wanted to make a guild his own, and that's exactly what he's doing right now.
I had thought plenty about myself and what I should be doing, but I might not have considered how my actions would affect you guys. This is a way of settling things I didn't even realize existed.
I just wanted to keep traveling with all of you. I just wanted each of our own paths to be the same as brave Vesperia's.
Sounds alright with me. You heard the man, Judy. I guess that's where we stand.
You really are some of the oddest people I've ever met. But I suppose I can manage to put up with you.
All right then, one more time. Brave Vesperia, fall out!
They're just making it up as they go, aren't they? Is that all a guild is?
Yeah, basically.
The Don ran his guild just a teensy bit differently.
There's something beautiful about this way, though.
Brave Vesperia sure is nice.
Do you want to join too, Patty?
Can't right now.
Oh yeah. You still have to get your memory back.
So, what about the punishment?
Oh yeah, I almost forgot.
Looks like you guys are on Critian researcher detail. We'll be relaxing at my place.
Hey, why do you get to decide?
Excuse me? Did I hear a complaint?
No, ma'am.
No.
Punishment delivered.
Carol, were you thinking by yourself this whole time about what to do with Judy?
Yeah, it was pretty much all I thought about after we left Nordopolica. That, and about what you did to Rigaud and Cumore.
Really? It's nice to hear you thought about me that much, even when I wasn't around.
Yeah, I wasn't sure at first. What was right, what was wrong. I think I have the Dawn to thank for setting me straight. Without the Dawn's last words, I never would have found answers to the questions I had.
You gotta stand on your own 2 feet.
Yeah, I was thinking about what that meant. And before I knew it, I wasn't thinking about what was right. I was thinking about what I want to do.
And that helped you decide what to do with the guild.
Yeah, so here's to fresh starts.
Yeah.
To fresh starts.
And every time there's something wrong, we just start over once again. Well, you can also call that a rebranding, isn't it? If you change the name too. How many years has it been since Rigaud assumed leadership of Ruinsgate? He may not look like it, but he's very shrewd. He's so good at finding blastia, they used to say he works with the hand of God. Have you gone there? To the south side slope on the hill in front of this town. It was blocked by a boulder and we moved it. Ah, good on you. Oh, many thanks. Fortune Market always brings what you need, when you need it at the right price. Well... Since we're here, I might as well get myself some extra swingers. Yeah, these are all like things that I'm still very doubtful.
That wasn't bad, Carol.
I have to say, I really didn't expect to hear that again. Come to think of it, Judy doesn't ask about that at all.
Oh, should I?
Would it be a problem? Well, even if you don't ask, the answer is still clear to you.
I'm not sure about that. Even so, you're still you and I'm still me. If our paths are the same, I'll travel with you. If I didn't think they were, I wouldn't be here.
So everything is clear to you, see?
I'm pretty sure what I'm thinking is clear to you as well.
Is it something like people who choose the same path think alike?
A little bit like that. You know, all the blastia we excavate here was physically bared by Kritia hands. What do you think it means? Doesn't necessarily have to mean anything. Oh, your body blastia has an interesting color. You must use your body blastia quite a bit since it's grown so much. Yes, we use it almost every day. Well, the operating rate of our blastia has been very high lately. Air control is going well, and research is proceeding smoothly. Well, the blastia thief was caught, right? And Morjo's gone. Now all's down to the research result. Well, the sky above Sephia is looking unusual, they say. Maybe something happened with their barrier blastia. Oh, can't you just leave me alone just a little bit more? Just don't think to me. I can't think.
You're searching for Miorzo?
Yes, we are.
That's the name of the city that they talk about in the Cridian legends. That's all I know. Location? I don't know where it is. And even if I knew, I don't think it will be of any good to tell it to someone other than a Cridian. You're searching for Miorzo? That's the name of this location. And even if I...
Okay, does that mean that we need to put her on front? Yes.
Good day.
Good day, my sister.
Judith.
I'm Tord.
You wouldn't happen to know anything about Miorzo, would you? I'd like to go there. I need to know where Miorzo is located, and how I can get there.
Even if you reach the city, there won't be anything for you to see there. But what do you plan on doing there anyway?
Well, digging up the past, I think, is the best way to describe it.
Is not a Cridian's interest in her own ancestral city reason enough to go?
That is an acceptable reason. But I'm afraid I don't know anything about where it could be.
I've heard your name before, Tort. You help guide those Cridians remaining on Earth up to the heavens. Will you not tell me because these humans are with me?
Our ancient law states that we cannot show anyone but our brothers and sisters the way to Miorzo.
Shouldn't it be a matter of whether they can be trusted rather than whether they're Cridian or not? At the very least, these humans can be trusted.
I shall ask once more. Why do you seek Miorzo?
The world is headed towards some bad things, all thanks to Blastia. We want to go to know what happened in the past and how we can stop it. We want to help everyone, not just the Cridians. How's that?
Very well. I do not know if you'll find the answers to your questions, but I will show you the way.
Thank you, Tord.
First of all, you'll need a special bell to open the path to Miorzo.
A bell?
Indeed. It is hidden in one of the southern caverns on the continent of Hippionia.
But isn't Hippionia really big?
The cavern is on a shore where red flowers bloom. If you use that as your guide, I'm sure you shall find it. Also, the door in the back of that cavern can only be opened by us Cridians.
What do you mean?
Don't worry, I'll see that we're allowed to enter.
She knows what he's talking about. Probably a password or a handshake or something that needs to be done in order to open up the door.
And? What are we supposed to do with that bell?
Relax. You humans are always so impatient. Once you have the bell, you must travel to Agathor Forest.
The Agathor Forest? Isn't that on Hippionia too? I've heard of it before.
Yes, the sacred land of the Cridians is located there. So that's where the door to Miorzo is.
If you use the bell there, the door shall open. There is, however, a problem.
A problem?
Yes. Agathor Forest is being devastated by a mysterious group. In addition to their overwhelming numbers, they also carry with them strange blastia. I cannot fathom their motives, but this is certainly a matter of great concern.
So if we go to Miorzo, we have to do something about them?
Well, we can wipe them off the face of the earth. That's absolutely not a problem.
Exactly. We need you to restore peace to our sacred land.
Gotcha. So we get that bell, beat the mysterious group senseless, ring the bell, and the door opens. That sound right?
Indeed.
I understand. Thank you.
May the road rise up to meet you, sister.
And you as well. Let's go back to where everyone's waiting.
Yeah.
That went easier than I thought it would be. I don't have any specific business in Miorzo. Since the humans are going, I shall too, by all means. Alright. You know what? I think before we head back to Rita's place, let's just call it for today. On the next one, we'll go to Rita, have a good night rest, and after that, see if we can find the Red Coast. Because that's apparently how we're gonna find the door that leads us to the bell. But that's a trip for next time. So for now, I wish you all a great night, morning, day, wherever you are. And if you're still here, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and be back next time. Cause we've got to search for a door and a Red Coast. See you then. Bye bye.